Hi everyone. So in our last class we started a new lesson, components of food. So in part 1 in that previous video we discussed about what is food, what are the uses of food, why do we need food, and how does the food provide us energy, and what are nutrients, and what are those kind of nutrients which are provided by the food and all. I hope you remember. So now we are going to continue the lesson. So we have seen different types of nutrients, isn't it? So primarily we are having five nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals, isn't it? So these nutrients are essential for our body to do physical activities or any other work, for everything, because we can simply say these are the nutrients which are going to provide us energy. Okay, now my question is, how do I know the particular substance or the particular food contains carbohydrates, or whether it contains proteins, or the particular food contains fat or not, and all? How do we know it? So, suppose for example, if we are going to eat bread, means whether we know that bread, generally they used to say bread has carbohydrates, but how should we know whether it contains exactly carbohydrates and all? So, what is the proof that the food, bread, has carbohydrates? So, that is what we are going to see in this session. Okay, so we know the nutrients, the names of the nutrients, and general functions also. But how we are going to say this particular substance is rich in carbohydrates, this particular substance is rich in the nutrient protein, like that, how we are going to say, or how we are going to identify, or how we are going to detect? Okay, so let's start with carbohydrates. Okay, let's say you're having potatoes. Imagine you're having potatoes and you are asked that does it contain carbohydrates or not. So what did you say? Because we don't know whether it contains carbohydrate or not, so that it contains or not, we don't know, we are not sure, isn't it? So you won't sure about that answer. So because just looking at the potatoes, that don't any tell us that it is rich in carbohydrates, fats, or vitamins, or minerals, or proteins and all. So we are not sure what it contains. So that is where we will talk about some specific test to prove the food that contains the particular nutrient or not. For each nutrient, for example carbohydrate, there is one test. So if we do that test, if we have carbohydrates, that shows some result. Suppose if it contains protein, if that particular food is rich in protein, we have to do the next test, and we have to find whether the particular answer is coming or not. Okay, so there are some tests too, and what is, they are specific tests. A specific meaning particular test to prove that food items contain the particular nutrient or not. Okay, so before that, that is before getting into that test, we exactly know what are carbohydrates. That is very important, isn't it? See, we know that carbohydrates are nothing but nutrients, but when you look at them chemically, they are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so here in this slide, some food items are given. For example, bread and French fries, cupcakes, donuts, pasta, oats. Everything is given here, spaghetti and all. Okay, and how we can say whether a particular food contains carbohydrates or not? So before getting into that, I'm repeatedly saying carbohydrates. We should know what are carbohydrates. So the name itself denotes its structure, because carbohydrates, the word carb represents carbon, hydrates represents, it's a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so carbohydrates are nothing but compounds comprising only carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. Corp represents carbon, hydrates meaning hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so uh, these are that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. No, they are these are three important constituents of our carbohydrates. So if you take carbohydrates, there are so many different classifications are there. Different types of carbohydrates are also available. For example, here some of the examples are given: glucose, fructose, starch, lactose, cellulose. Not only this, other than that, some sucrose, galactose, so many carbohydrate substances are also available. So in your higher classes, you will learn in detail with the structures also. But all these, there is glucose, fructose, lactose, starch, cellulose, all are carbohydrates which contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But how many number of carbon, how many number of hydrogen and how many oxygen are going to involve? No, with that the difference is there only. Okay, so in structure and formula only differ, but the general component, the constituents which are present in this carbohydrate are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, see, well, when we talk about here, I told that glucose, fructose, lactose, starch, cellulose are nothing but carbohydrates. They are derivatives of carbohydrates. For example, when we talk about starch, let's take a starch. Starch is present in high amount in food items like potatoes, cereals, grains, corn, and all. Okay, starch is one of the carbohydrates, and it is rich in potatoes. Potatoes are contain carbohydrates. What carbohydrates? Starch. Okay, if you take fructose, the fructose carbohydrates are present mostly in fruits. That's why the fruits name fruits contain fructose. So the name fructose they kept fruits fructose. So you can usually remember. Okay, like that, if you take lactose, lactose are nothing but carbohydrates which is present in milk. And glucose, you can find it in honey. And cellulose found in plants, specifically the green leafy vegetables. Okay, so these are all some of the examples of different types of carbohydrates, and all of them are found in huge amount in different food items. Okay, now some other examples were also given here, that are food items which contain carbohydrates. For example, sugar cane, banana, glucose, apple, corn, they are also rich in carbohydrates. Okay, so I'm telling, so while we say that these are the compounds which are rich in carbohydrates, isn't it? So this is something I'm telling you, that potato or wheat or whatever it is, they are rich source of carbohydrates. But now, how do you prove that yes, it contains, that is, the potato contains carbohydrates, banana contain carbohydrates? How you will prove? Now I'm saying potato is rich in starch, fructose are present in fruits, milk contains lactose, they are carbohydrates. But how we are going to prove that yes, this food item what ma'am said is exactly correct, it contains carbohydrates? How? For that only we are going to perform a test called iodine test. What test? Iodine test. So if we do the iodine test in any food item, if suppose if that food item contains a rich source of carbohydrate, definitely a positive result will be shown on that particular food item. For example, so here I have taken bread pieces or potato, whatever it is, because both are contains richer source of carbohydrates. So we made use of iodine, and we are going to perform an experiment which proves whether the food item contains carbohydrates or not. Okay, so what we need to do iodine test is, first of all, we need to prepare an iodine solution. That is the main thing. So iodine solution is nothing but iodine is we are going to add a few drops of iodine in water, Now the iodine plus water is iodine solution. Okay, so yeah, what we have to do? We have to do this iodine solution. We are going to add some drops of iodine solution to a particular food item, whatever it is. If you take potato, no problem, add that iodine solution to that potato. After some time, what happened? Not after some time, a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes, you observe the change in color of the area where you added that iodine solution. So what color? The color denotes the presence of starch. Which color? Blue black color. If the particular substance, if the particular food item contains a rich source of carbohydrate, means after adding iodine solution to that foodstuff, within a minute, you can observe a blue black color. If blue black color is appeared on that area, definitely the food item contains carbohydrates, because blue black color indicates the presence of starch, and we know that starch is a one of the carbohydrates. Okay, so here not only potato, bread is also given, and rice also rich in carbohydrates. No, after adding iodine solution, generally iodine solution is somewhat reddish brown in color, but well, that reddish brown color, when it react with the rich source of carbohydrates, it change its colors to blue black. So that blue black color indicates the presence of starch in a particular footstep. Okay, so this is the test. So with the help of these test only, we can say the foodstuff contains glucose, carbohydrates or not. Now in a similar way, we can also try to test a food item which contains protein or not. So but it is not the same test, another one different test to examine whether it contains protein or not. Okay, let's see, a bowl of pulses is kept in front of you and you are asked whether it contains proteins or not. But now you have an idea, right? Because well, I'm talking about carbohydrates. I ask you to say I'm keeping potatoes in front of you in a plate, whether you can say whether it contains carbohydrates or not. I asked you at that time, you don't know exactly, you don't know how to say and how to analyze that, but now you get an idea. That is, by the help of a test, you can say whether it contains the particular nutrient or not, isn't it? So now it's a way, like how we tested for carbohydrates. No, there should be some other way for protein also. Okay, so with the help of that test, we can say whether the particular foodstuff contains proteins or not. Okay, so these are the some compounds which are essential for the part of living organism. Here the word these represents means proteins. So what do you mean by proteins? Proteins are the compounds which are essential part of living organisms. Living organism means all living organisms, plants, animals, insects, human beings, everyone comes under that living organism. All living organism should need, they are in a need of proteins because they are very essential for us. Okay, so living organisms, they are badly need proteins. In fact, the structure of our body is also made up of proteins. Our structure is there, no, the body structure is also made up of what? Protein. So the entire body, the entire structure of organism, proteins forms a very major part of the body. Okay, so some of the food items which contain proteins are given here. So you can say meat, what it is, fish, egg, pulses, nuts, even some meat, avocado, some green leafy vegetables. So these are the food items which contains rich source of proteins. So that is why we said that the people who are non-vegetarians, especially non-vegetarians, they already have a lot of proteins in their diet. In case of vegetarians, they should concentrate a lot on foods which are rich in proteins, because they mostly won't eat they never eat non-veg foods. So generally non-veg foods are rich source of proteins. So if they are avoiding that particular non-veg foods, then how they will get the proteins? There comes pulses. Pulses are also rich source of proteins which replace the meat protein. Okay. Now back to our question. How particularly we test whether the food item contains proteins or not? So let's look at the test for proteins. What we need is uh, caustic soda, solution and copper sulfate solution. Here we need two chemicals. So while when we talk about carbohydrates, we said iodine test, so iodine solution was enough. But when we talk about protein, we need two chemicals. One is caustic soda solution and another one is copper sulfate solution. Caustic soda is nothing but sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, if we add sodium hydroxide in water in a particular amount, you will get caustic soda solution. Like that, copper sulfate also helps to test the proteins. Okay, let's look at the procedure now. Think of a substance which is rich in proteins. For example, let's say pulse, because both veg and non-vegetarians are taking pulses. Okay, so for doing this test, first thing we have to do is we need to make a paste or powder of it, because it's a whole somewhat hard substance. We can't add that solution as it is and it won't give correct result. So before getting into the test, either we have to ground it or paste it in a form of powder. Now we have to take that paste in a test tube, then we have to add little water, so it looks somewhat liquid in nature. Okay, now we have to add 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of caustic soda solution. Caustic soda is nothing but sodium hydroxide solution. Then we have to shake well. Then all the things, that is the pulse we have grounded, water, caustic soda solution, copper sulfate solution, mix with each other. Okay, and then we have to keep that test tube undisturbed for a couple of minutes. Then you can observe. What you observe? You observe the change in color. So here also, with the help of the color only, we are going to detect whether the particular food item contains protein or not. Okay, so what color we are going to observe here is violet color. So if you found any violet color, that appearance of violet color is observed, if it is observed in that test tube, that indicates the presence of proteins. So here the picture is also given, step 1 and step 2. First one, they are adding dilute copper sulfate, then they are adding sodium hydroxide. I told sodium hydroxide is nothing but caustic soda. After adding, immediately within a couple of minutes, you can observe a violet color combination. If you observe that violet color, definitely the particular stuff what you have taken, no, that contains proteins. If you didn't get any violet color, means absence of protein. So it is quite very simple. Okay, next, carbohydrates and proteins, fats also, we are might be interested to taste a particular food item contains fats or not. So when we talk about fats, I think how you are more confident that you will be able to check it. How? In order to test for fats are, we know that they are oily substance, isn't it? Fats are oily substance, and they contain oil. And we talk about, and oil means it's rich in butter, then cheese, cakes, chocolates, everything contains oil, that is they are rich in fat. So what do you mean by fat? They are naturally oil substances, oily substance occur in animal bodies. See, fats do not need any solution or anything to test. So all you need is a piece of paper, just a piece of paper here. Okay, and what we are going to do, we are going to keep that particular sample, that is any food item. You can hear some pictures in this picture, there are some picture images are given, no, they are rich source of fats. You can take any of this. For example, if you like to eat a gulab jamun, because it is somewhat a fried one. Okay, I'm not talking about that gulab jamun what you have kept in that syrup and all immediately after frying. Simple example, take vada. most of us like to eat vada, isn't it? After frying vada, what you will do, just take this vada and keep it in a paper. Okay, and after some time take that vada and keep the paper dry. What happens, what you will observe, you can see that the portion of paper where we kept that particular vada, no, that becomes slightly translucent. What do you mean by translucent? See, any if you keep a paper in front of you, you can't able to see the other side, the next opposite side of that paper. That is the objects. What are the objects which are behind that paper? That is opaque. If you can able to see clearly, that is transparent. Translucent means you can see the next side, the objects which are beyond the paper, but not in an exact clear way. That is called translucent. That is, you can see the difference between the texture of the particular portion and the remaining portion. This proves that the substance contains fats. Here a bit of pizza is kept in a paper, and you can able to see the paper is somewhat translucent, isn't it? So today we are discussed about the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Carbohydrates, they are compounds contain carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, and they are rich source of, that is they provide us energy first of all. Okay. Next, when we talk about proteins, proteins are the we know that they are responsible for our growth. They are building blocks of our body. It gives structure to our body. Okay. And and proteins are essential for our growth and our repair mechanism. And when we talk about fats, fats are oily substances obtained from the animal bodies, and they also provide energy. Carbohydrates and fats provides energy to us. Proteins, they are essential for our growth and repair mechanism. Okay. And what test we are going to perform for carbohydrates? Iodine test. And for proteins, it's a mixture of a compound caustic soda solution and copper sulfate solution. And for talking about fats, no chemicals are needed, simply a fried or something oil rich sample plus paper is more than enough. And with the help of, in first two thing, we observe the color, and we will say, here we are going to say whether it is translucent or not. Okay, so with this I conclude this session today. The remaining thing I'll continue in the next class. Go through the video again so that you can get, if I went somewhat fast, means you can get the clear idea also. Okay, thank you.